Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Martine and I'm an artist. So this video is going to be all about all the art that I made for the month of August. So as you can see right here, I have one of my sketchbooks open, and this is a Ranger sketchbook. It's the large one, like 8.5 by 11 or something like that. It's just a big one. And yeah, so this we're starting off with this, as you can see. I'm sorry for the noise outside. I have my window open and it's New York. I have been really into abstract painting, and I have just really leaned into my love of abstract work and just really going for it, and I'm really loving what's coming through me in terms of artwork. So this is where I'm at in my journey, guys. Yeah. So this was a play session, playing with colors. I have to say, for August, I haven't really, I wasn't specifically inspired by something or, a situation or things or whatever. I just really wanted to explore different techniques for abstract painting, bringing in other materials on top of the paintings, working with oil pastels and other things, and pencil and charcoal alongside the acrylic paint. So this is paint, and on top are pastels, like the lines and the dots are pastel. So let's get right into showing you what I did for August. And more painting. This, I was exploring like color field painting, and I like the way the colors are working with each other, if you will. And pink and green is one of my favorite combos. Different values of pink and different values of green, I always love that together. And ochre is another one of my favorite colors. So that's that. Then I was doing this, which I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. I love the colors. This is the Liquitex Bright Pink. This is Burnt Sienna. I have like that light olive color, sap green, and then I was mixing the sap green with black to get this really dark color. The pink I was mixing with the burnt sienna to get that kind of orangey pink. So yeah, this I love the colors together so much. It's just beautiful to me. And then I threw in a little bit of white right here. I should have put some more white over here, but I just wanted to see what the white was going to do, and I like that. So yeah, this is one of my favorites of the month, actually. And here is another sort of color field exploration. And then on top, I was using like a palette knife, like this one. It was probably this one, and I was taking paint and just scraping it up to make the lines. And as you can see here, I was just trying to take this further here, and I was working with lighter values of green and I like this too. I don't necessarily like the lines that I did. You know, this is all experimental anyway. I don't necessarily like the lines that I did, but I do like the colors and what's going on the page. You know, I like these. You know how we like these certain little areas. I like this over here. I'm really loving the burnt sienna too. You know, and this fluorescent pink, opera pink, is a go-to color for me. Okay, so we're done with that sketchbook. Okay, so on to another sketchbook. This is my Royal Talons art creations, more color fielding, playing with color, creating. I mean, this looks like a landscape. This is an abstract landscape, and I was playing with, you know, the Prussian blue and the powder blue together, and of course pink and green, and then this yellow, this cad yellow and cad orange. I feel like all of these are playing very nicely together on this spread, and I really like it. Okay, more. This got kind of ripped, which is disappointing, but I like this. Abstract florals. Yeah, abstract florals right there, if you can see that. This was used with acrylic paint, and then this was watercolor at the base, and then acrylic ink. Was that acrylic ink? Oh no, this was high flow, like that golden high flow. Yeah, here it is. This is what this indigo color is. It's the golden high flow indigo color. And the lines, I was using some, I got these fluorescent oil pastels really cheap, and I believe this color here is one of these. You know, then there's also, you know, the fluorescent acrylic ink here that I have here. This is there. So I'm really, another one of my go-to colors is like indigo or Prussian blue, and the fluorescent. I really, you know, really go for that. And you can see the watercolor in the sky and on the ground. This is a landscape, obviously. I love this one. One of my faves. This, I was trying to collage a landscape and I abandoned it. So yeah, I was figures here. I got some distress crayons, was swatching, didn't finish swatching the oil pastels that I got. Playing around here, playing around. This was all done with ink brushes, which I'm really falling back in love with. These kind of ink brushes, these Sennelier ink brushes are really good. So these, I was playing with my Neo Arts, playing with shapes and colors, more color play, more color play and figures, drawing right here too, more figures. Yeah. So this was from a reference. I believe I got it off of Facebook, a Facebook group for reference photos for artists. Yeah, I was just wanting to sketch, and this one as well. Yeah. But this actually, I use the same reference that I use with this, but I just decided to remix it and use, you know, not your average colors and work like that and get super loose and abstract. This I love. This was gouache and watercolor. This was gouache and watercolor sticks, the Daniel Smith watercolor sticks that I dipped it in water and then I did that. Same thing here. Watercolor and these type of paint sticks that I have here, like these things. Yeah. And that's that for that sketchbook. My neighborhood is so noisy. It's just, I can't with this place. Okay, more color. And I like to leave white space. And sometimes, a lot of times I will forget and then I will fill the whole page with color, but I really love negative space, white space in a painting. Yeah, so here I was playing with my palette knives and just, you know, having fun. A little bit of grid work, working on compositions. This is paint and acrylic ink, acrylic paint and acrylic ink. And this landscape I like this road. I think it's really good. I like the colors that I used. This is raw umber, another favorite color of mine. It's the acrylic ink, the transparent raw umber. It's really good. And then I threw in a little bit of fluorescent in there, of course. This is unfinished. I don't even know. I was just splodging some paint around, but that looks like watercolor actually. More grid work right here, abstract grid work. And these pages are sticking. Oh no, these pages are sticking together. Here we go. Okay. I think this is acrylic ink, I want to say. Oh no, it's gouache. I'm sorry, it's gouache. It's gouache. And this is gouache and watercolor too, and paint sticks. I just did this the other day. And the green line again is the Daniel Smith watercolor sticks here. This one in particular, I dipped it in the water and then dragged it across the page. Those are really fun. Yeah, more play. And that's it for that one. Okay, so here we go. I had swatched these and here they are. I really like these. I like them a lot. See, another iteration of the other one that I just showed you, but then I used a yellow fluorescent instead of the pink fluorescent. These, was this oil pastel? Oh, I think these, I was using Stabilo Woodies here. Maybe, or I think it's oil pastel, to be honest. And more oil pastel. Okay. Color Field Studies and oil pastel. More watercolor and gouache sticks. I just love placing colors, like, and then looking at it as a whole and how they kind of work together and kind of dance together on the page. I love that. Here we go. I like this. This is pretty. And just a random still life. I haven't done a still life in such a long time. All right, so that's that sketchbook. And here in this Etcher watercolor sketchbook, I just did these two in here. Like I said before, I love just like putting paint on the page and color field painting. Basically, I really enjoy that. Here's another. This was watercolor, and this paper is cold press. It's really good paper, 100% cotton. And I was being precious with this sketchbook because it was kind of expensive, but I'm like, I have to use it. Like, I just can't let it sit there. You know, I don't know why we do that. Okay, so the things on paper that I did this month. This, let's just put it all here. This first one, I had, when I first started painting, I had bought 2 oil sticks, the R&F oil sticks. I don't have them handy to show you, or do I? Oh, yes, I do. These things, it's like oil paint in a stick, because I was curious about oil paint, but I didn't want to invest in, you know, a set or whatever. So I just got, and that was years ago, and they were still good. And with this toned paper, this mixed media, this is like mixed media toned tan paper, I was just wanting to see if I could work with oil paint. And I still love my acrylic paint, but I like the stick. I like the I don't know, what's the word? I forgot the word. The tactile, you know, experience of using and rubbing the stick. And when I was using them, I did have on gloves because I wanted to like mush it around, and so I did wear gloves to do this because this was all done with my fingers. And this was last week, and it's dry to the touch. It took a while. It literally, oh, this part is not dry yet. It's still, see that? Yeah, so there's parts of it that's dry. I guess it depends on the thickness of how much you use. But this, some of it is dry and some of it is not, you see? So that's the only thing with oil, that medium, like it takes forever to dry if it ever dries. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna look into getting some more oil sticks and playing around, but I don't know. I guess I can use both acrylic and oil together. Okay, so this here, India ink on watercolor paper, and then I had these acrylic skins from my palette. I'll show you. Where's my palette? You know, I lift up these things, this from my palette, and I like to keep them. And so I was just playing around to see how I could use these in work, and this was unfinished. I didn't really finish my experiment, but I want to see if I can like paint over this. This should be fine because this is acrylic paint, and I just put it on with some gel medium, matte gel medium. It's stuck on there, and I'm gonna see like how I can use, you know, these acrylic skins, as they call it, you know, in my work in the future. This was done with acrylic ink, and this is just basic drawing paper. This is watercolor. Actually, I did this with the acrylic ink, and then I took this drawing paper and made a print. and which lifted up the excess ink. And so I got this, and then I went on this with pastels. And more work with, this is actually acrylic ink and the high flow paints that I have as well, the golden high flow. So we have that. This actually, I did this yesterday, and she is unfinished. I don't quite know yet what I want to do, but I'm definitely going to add some more. But you know, this is another way that I feel like I want to go with my art in creating figures abstractly. Is that a word? Abstractly? Or abstracting figures. People, portraits, you know. So we'll see how that goes. This is something that I made yesterday as well, and I love this. This is one of my faves for the month. Yes. More faves. These are my faves, and these are were not in any particular order. I didn't put them in order, but this is another abstract piece. This is a landscape, and this is one of my favorites. Here you can see the palette knife that I was like scraping into the paper. This is watercolor paper, cold pressed. And then if you can see the collage, the tissue paper collage that I've put in different areas of the painting. And yeah, I like this one a lot. Another chaotic abstract is what I call it, because I did these kind of together. So these are kind of like companions, and they go together. And this is an abstract landscape. And I really love urban abstract landscapes. And you know, if you live in a city, you know there's utility poles everywhere. So you know, you can interpret it in your way, but this for me, as I see it, is a street, a city scene, utility poles, you know. And I really like this. I really like this. I feel like I did my big thing on this. So here we go again. More landscape on the toned paper. And this is kind of my go-to palette. You know, with the fluorescent, the blue, the green, the ochre, pink. I just love this all together. And then there's some buff titanium in here, powder blue, black, obviously. So one of my faves again. And this is kind of a companion piece with that as well. You can see the lines going through here. I think I used marker. Here. But the palette is the same. And these are, you know, kind of cousins. Okay, so moving on to this one. This one is super, super chaotic, and this was done on watercolor paper too. I was just going off, like I was just painting my emotions. And then you see the lines here. Oh, you see all the scraping with my knife, my palette knife. And these are wax pastels, so they're not going to move. They're the Neo Art, the wax and oil pastels, so they don't move. And I like this as well. So this can be interpreted however you want. Whatever you see is what you see. Yes, but it's a landscape. Same goes here. Same goes here. These are kind of similar because I was working with 2 sheets of paper at a time. I had them down, and so I was working on one and going back and adding color and scraping and doing, on 2 at a time, which I like to work. And I hope that in the future I can have a bigger space where I can work with more pieces at one time and bigger pieces as well. So this is a favorite of mine. This was inspired by the sketchbook painting that I showed you guys, and I'll bring it back. It was inspired by this one. Okay. So this is, the greens. I love my greens. I love my pinks, burnt sienna, hints of white there. All the colors are just mixing and blending so beautifully together here. I really, really love this one. And I loved it so much that I decided to create a larger version of it, which I will show you right now. So this is the larger version. I know I should probably show you my easel, put it on the easel, but I don't want to. So here it is. It's super large, and there you go. I don't remember how big this canvas is. Let me see. So this canvas, yeah, this is 18 by 24. Yes, so now I remember. I think, oh, it's 20 by 24. 12. Yeah, it's 20 by 24 canvas. And so, yeah, so here this is, and here's the little one. I loved it so much I had to make a larger one. And they're pretty similar. I mean, they're not exact, but they are pretty similar. All right, guys, so that is it. That is all the art that I made for the month of August. I hope that this has inspired you in some sort of way, because that is the reason why I make these videos, is to inspire you to get your supplies, get your sketchbook, get your canvas, and make some art. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just do you, okay? And if you're new here, please consider subscribing, liking the video, sharing it, commenting, and yeah. That is all for now. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you for all of your support. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.